Alright, so I wanted to have an opinion or video done on this since this is like around the corner for some and some of us have access to it already. I had a lot of very disheartening things I had to deal with in the past few days, but in order to keep, I guess, some lightheartedness here, we'll talk about something lighthearted, which will be the Avengers game. Is it just me? Or is this game ashy as hell? Or just extremely crusty? It just doesn't, to me, the game feels like a movie tie-in game from PS3 or like early PS, well not, I wouldn't say early PS3. I'll say like late PS3. And it shouldn't be that way because this is an Avengers game. Mind you, it's been nearly 10 years since the MCU has really gotten up on its heels and stuff like that. Avengers came out in 2012. So it's 8+ years now. And all of that time, we've never had really any Avengers related anything, any major release, nothing. Which is weird because, again, this is Avengers. So I would expect in somewhere, we went almost an entire generation, no, 2 generations. We went nearly 2 generations without any Avengers game. So we finally get one, and this is what it looks like, and this is how it plays. I looked, and when I played at the beta, it was the frame rate was bad. The more enemies are on screen, the game slows down. And then when, not only that, there's this, it's like a motion blur. The motion blur is bad. There's ugly texture pop-ins to where some textures just don't load at all. And then it just feels janky. It feels just thrown together. It looks like this game, well, at the time on the beta, it looked like the game needed to like 10 to 12 more months of dead time. So I was like, this is basically the game. It's not going to get any better than this. Maybe like some frame rate, whatever or something. Iron Man was slow as hell. Like dead slow. Like the opposite of Speedy Gonzalez. So I say something other like the inverse of him. Really slow, really ineffective. I was like, you got to do something about that. That can be fixed. I guess the frame rate can kind of be fixed a little. But whatever, I wasn't holding out much hope. So now the game comes out. They just decided to release it for people who get the deluxe edition and this ultimate digital edition, whatever. So I decided to go halfsies with a friend, pay half and he pays half, and then we go and get this. So we do this, and then I'm like, I don't really know why I'm even doing this because I don't really care about this game because the beta didn't really impress me. It was just a do-nothing beta. But whatever. We all want to assemble. There's a lot of us who play, so we want to assemble. I didn't get to do much in the past few days because of what I've previously mentioned in the first part of the video, but then I go and get on the game and then I play it after doing a bunch of beta related bull crap that I had already done that didn't carry over, of course. I go and see, oh look, the frame rate is slightly better. But the more enemies that are on screen, the frame rate ticks down to like 20 frames per second, sometimes less than that. I've fallen out of the map or glitched out of the map no less than 2 to 3 times. Friend of mine, he's had even worse for him. The textures, it's like people's faces are melting. People look puffy. It's like certain parts of them just don't load no matter what you do. The story, I was like, okay, I see there's some semblance of a story here, but it reminds me of X-Men Days of Futures Past plus X-Men Last Stand plus Transformers Age of Extinction. Transformers Age of Extinction being, hey, these robots that just saved all our lives numerous times? Well, we're going to just start killing them because of property damage. Something that is just, there's no way to not have property damage with people that big and all that. Same thing with Avengers. And then for the other two, oh look, Inhumans and stuff, we don't like them. Just for this little, I won't say insignificant, but it's a bad event. But this little bitty event that happens, that just goes and it infects a bunch of people and all that and stuff. I didn't get to fully finish the game, but just from what that section has shown, they get so up in arms and angry over at the Avengers and then cast them out, and then they're basically in hiding and stuff. So I was like, oh, and this is Incredibles. So it's Incredible. It's all those movies combined into one. And it doesn't really make sense. And then Tony Stark loses all of his billions and stuff to this dude that becomes MODOK. And then I'm just like, what? So you mean to tell, like Samuel L. Jackson said, you're Tony Stark and he just took it? How do you take someone's money and their capital and their, but whatever. So he takes it, and then Tony Stark is over here living as a hillbilly on the range in some trailer park. And then the story is like, I like Kamala is cool. I don't like the whole I'm a freak and stuff. I'm like, shut up. Your powers are easily hidden for the most part. If I was that dude from X-Men Last Stand that had the damn quills on his face, that porcupine bastard, hell yeah, that's a horrible condition. You can't go anywhere. You can't even get a job looking like that. But you just stretch. Like I would say, like, were you taking a test and you didn't feel like getting up when your pencil fell, so you just stretched? Everyone's like, oh, look, freak. Don't stretch. Get your ass up and get the pencil. But the main thing for this game, it doesn't feel complete. It doesn't feel fun enough to me. This is an Avengers game. Certain sections are unacceptable. You go near the water has like that line that is in a game to where it's like it's not properly textured. So you can see the barrier in the water. You can't go up on buildings in here as flying characters like Iron Man. There's a barrier that keeps you from going. That's PS3 cheese. This is PS4 going into PS5, and we have here a game that doesn't allow you to go on buildings. Almost like the inverse of how the first Spider-Man game, where you couldn't touch the ground because there was no ground, and if you do attempt, you just die. This here, that's unacceptable. And the game, I see what they were going for, but then you've got the credits thing here. It's just so much time and effort that you got to put in. And I was like, just to put a whole condensed single player experience. I know you can get, I guess, most of this with playtime and everything else. And it doesn't, since this is co-op, it's not multiplayer. It's not going to give people an unfair advantage necessarily. But for an Avengers game, I expected way better. It's something about it, even when it was advertised. When it was advertised, you never saw any real gameplay other than cutscenes. And the little bit of gameplay you saw were just takedown events. They didn't show any of that because they kind of know deep down this game doesn't look good. This game is actually unacceptable the way it looks and runs. It really is. I don't know if there will be, because they said it would be a PS5 version. So I don't know if they had like two different teams split up. One half went somewhere else and put little to no effort in the PS4 version, and then the other half is going to go maximum try hard on the PS5 version. But stuff like this, you can't just fix. It'd be different if the game ran well and looked pretty good consistently, and then the PS5 version just enhances that. This game doesn't run well, doesn't look good, plays okay. There's some fun things in it, like being Hulk and all that. But if you remove Hulk and some obvious characters, like it's just, it doesn't feel complete. I expect better. I think everyone should expect better from an Avengers game. It's just disappointing to me. And I wouldn't be surprised if down the lifetime of this game, be it a couple months or something, that you're going to start hearing stories of controversies, of dev setbacks and everything else from the game being pushed back so many times, and like completely unnecessary quotas that can't be filled properly. I won't be surprised. And I mean, it's an Avengers game, man. Come on. I don't know why this game got delayed so many days. You know what? I'm glad it did, because if it had released before, I don't even know how bad this game was before. I'm glad they delayed it like 2-3 times or however many they did. But if you like the game, tell me if you like it, if you're looking forward to it. You can play right now if you get the deluxe version and all that. I'm not really regretting that I got it, but I mean, I don't know. I'll try to finish the game, but whatever. Um, like, comment, subscribe if you like this video. Thank you so much for watching. Let's hope this game actually improves instead of regresses. But, oh well, only time will tell. I'll see you guys later.